We celebrate Catholic schools, and it's this week. And therefore, I'd like to invite Dr. Joe Costic and his wife Denise to come forward and share their experiences of our Catholic school. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank the parish for inviting me back again this year to speak on behalf of Catholic Schools Week. Last year I came before you to tell you how we believe that a Catholic school education had a strong impact on our children. And we were blessed over the past year to, on several occasions, be able to have everybody home to reconnect the family once again. But I noticed something as we spent time in our family room and in our home, that the dynamic has changed a little bit. It looked kind of like this. Yeah. Maybe some of your homes look like this now. There's a lot of good stuff you can find on this and a lot of silly stuff too. I must admit, I sometimes is just as guilty as my family in using the devices. For example, I drive into work and I noticed that there were a lot of particular donut shops clustered together. So I kind of wondered, how many are there? So a screenshot would look something like this. Then on another occasion, I noticed that they're building another gas station convenience store. Well, how many of those do we have in our neighborhood? And again, it looks something like this. Then when you take those and add them together with a famous coffee shop, our neighborhood looks like this. Then I wondered, why put so many of the same stores together? And that's because they depend on the product to be the same. A cup of coffee in Marlton tastes and costs the same as it does in Berlin. You can get the same toppings for your hoagie in Mount Laurel as you can in Moorestown. If you also look, you'll notice that we have a lot of schools in our area, and they're all good. But that doesn't mean there aren't some important differences in them. I'll admit, we're biased. We sent 3 children through the school here at Our Lady. They all went on to Catholic high school and 2 on to Catholic universities. Well, why did we think that was important? Why did that matter to us? Well, for several reasons. Number 1, learning matters. Here, they taught to our children, not at them. They fortified their strengths and built up their weaknesses. Because integrity matters. Teaching must go on beyond the classroom. Back in the day, there wasn't too much that Sister Michael or Miss Sullivan didn't know was going on and didn't fix immediately. Here they were taught integrity. They were given a moral compass to make good decisions for later on in life. And because faith matters. Faith must be the cornerstone of our life. Otherwise, our achievements and successes have little relevance. I could read you the statistics I found online from the Alliance of a Catholic Education about math scores, graduation rates, involvement in community, but these would just be numbers. We can tell you that a Catholic education does work. It works not only for our family, but for the countless families that we literally grew up with here at Our Lady's School, some of which are in the audience today. Under the leadership of Father Damien and Dr. Carla Schiarelli, we have an award-winning Blue Ribbon school here. We all want what's best for our children. We drive them hours for sporting events. We buy them the latest electronics. We make sure they have the proper clothes. We protect them as best we can. Why not give them the foundation that will last them a lifetime, a Catholic school education? Today, from 10 to 3, there will be an open house, both at the primary school and the main school. Please stop by so that our family can meet your family. And if you're not too sure about what I said today, just look it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe and Denise. And if Denise looks familiar, she is the director of Good Counsel Primary, so she'll be next door. I myself am a product of Catholic education. My primary school, my elementary school, was run by the Irish Christian Brothers, a wonderful group of men. And in my years of elementary school, I probably had 2 Christian brothers, but the vast majority of my teachers were lay people, just dedicated laity. I was privileged to go to our diocesan prep school. And again, 6 of the staff were priests, 50 were lay people. Again, dedicated. And I was privileged then to go to a few Catholic universities and do a bit of study, maybe too much study. But I know I've been blessed with that education and those opportunities. And I was thinking this morning what Catholic education has taught me, and for me essentially, and I'll be preaching more about this in the course of the year, it's the question of meaning. The meaning and purpose of our lives. It's that fundamental. What is the meaning and purpose of life? And I hope that in Catholic education we find that we are the children of God, we are the disciples of Christ, and our lives have worth. And we can transform the face of the earth into the kingdom of God. Let us stand and profess our faith.